It was gonna be nuts.
Coconuts.
Hey.
You guys.
Prediction? Yes, prediction. Hey.
Are you ready? I was born ready.
Obviously, you're a little, aggravated by the line of questioning regarding Canelo.
I don't want to touch this, dirty, so bad. I don't want to touch his name.
I'm working on feeling the art of humbleness. Can you be with me? That's the reason why I'm crying, because I'm not that person no more. And I miss him. Because sometimes I feel like a bitch. I don't want that person to come out, because when he comes out, hell is coming with him. And it's not funny at all. It must sound cool, like I'm a tough guy. It's just that I hate that I'm scared.
It would be awesome to, see being a great warrior. Maybe we would have Mexican.
Let's go! Wait, pop!
I have to put the joke.
No, hey.
Thank you for playing, man. I appreciate
Good
you.
timing.
Can't put predictions, man, but I definitely don't want to leave it to the judges.
Ay.
Hey.
Seguimos a fuego y sin extinguidor, especially with that last podcast. My brothers here are killing me, but that's okay. We are LongLiveBoxing EnVivo podcast. Manny Marrero.
Sean El Gringo Hicksa.
Hopper. That's why they don't kill me, because we break it down like it is.
In the boca.
Like it should be.
Mouth.
Whoa.
Stiff jab in your
Mouth. This episode is brought to you by www.boxingrepublic.org.
Vivo.
It's a community pending nonprofit to support community boxing services. Shout out to you. Follow them on Instagram. Great story there. Also to our brother from another mother, Mark El Vasquez.
Guero.
Hey, make sure you follow him on social media. Young man's doing big things. Exciting career. Do not miss it. Fighting out of Irving, Texas. Sweat Boxing Gym in your mouth.
Showcase boxing.
Let's go.
Last week, disappointed, but I mean, he's fine. He's good. Couldn't fight last Friday at the Johnson Center, where Listo Gaistan headed an amazing card full of action. Lots of action that night. So we appreciate the love. Honestly, shout out to Sweat Boxing and everyone out there, Coach Knuckles, Coach Marco, even all the boxers out there. They give us a lot of love. Jake Isasi. We couldn't do. I mean, the fans are number one, but when you talk to me about it later on, we couldn't do this without them either. So
Cahoon,
absolutely,
all these guys,
great action, and one punch
in your mouth. All right, so it was a great night of boxing. Hopefully you were there. If not, you can actually go into the Boxing Showcase to their Facebook page and watch the stream, the replay. Fantastic job they did there. It was just a great night of boxing all around, but you guys know that.
Saludos a mi padrastro Berto.
All the way.
He was there with us in action. Enjoy one of his first kind of pretty nice cards. He was excited.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
So we're here today on another special podcast. And the reason why we call them special podcasts, guys, is because we're not going to have them as frequently as we would like, or maybe you would like, because of...
lots of things.
Because of COVID. Because of
Manny.
Always because of Manny. So anytime
I work crazy schedules right now, guys.
Crazy work schedules.
I go in at midnight.
Yeah, Hopper's messing us
Midnight
up.
pours.
Sorry, guys.
I had never heard that term before.
I could do it from the job site. And I'm pouring concrete.
That'd be a great show.
Well, I'm watching them pour concrete, I should say, because I'm in my truck just watching.
Hey, supervision.
Hey, everyone's listening to this.
Oh, dang it.
Dan.
Yeah. But speaking of everybody listening, we have an important conversation because we've brought it up before, and you may have heard the name, Saul Canelo Alvarez.
Who?
Saul Canelo Alvarez.
He's a boxer?
He's been known to box.
Is he in the Olympics or no? He's just
no. He didn't qualify. So
he didn't make it.
Who's that? Who is that?
What a scrub!
Who is that guy?
He's in the news. So we want to talk about and have our Saul Canelo Alvarez expert, our brother Hopper, what his thoughts are on how in this current situation or landscape thereof. We talked about disappointment. I am half man, half disappointment. I was so excited and looking forward to an undisputed opportunity. And I liked and loved the fact that Canelo was doing it within a calendar year. You know, people were disputing as far as, there was maybe not the toughest competition. I would definitely dispute that, especially as we, look at how things have kind of evolved as we move forward. But now that fight is all but dead, and we're going to talk about how we got there, what we feel is probably the next path. Do we like it? Do we care? And what is the impact on the legacy of Canelo? That's a lot to unpack, especially in 30 minutes. But you know what? Damn it. We can do a lot less. We're Minutemen. Don't write that down. All right. So, Hop. Brother.
Hoppity hop.
Sí.
First of all,
This is the time to redeem
Dime.
yourself.
were you
Pregúntame.
disappointed to find out about the fight not happening with
Dog
Caleb Plant?
sauce. Dog sauce.
Well, definitely. I'm
Okay.
disappointed whenever a fight, including Canelo, doesn't involve. So that's number one.
Learn something
it could
new.
be irrelevant who he's fighting. But here's my take from all of this.
Okay.
Here's
Bring
my
it.
take
I
from
got
all this.
lots
Here's
of
my take from all
questions.
this. If you're Caleb Plant
Okay.
Idiot.
and you let this fight get away from you,
He has a beautiful wife, by the way. Shout out to her.
shout out to Jordan. I think her name is Jordan Plant.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good guess.
Wow.
Off the top of the dome.
Man.
Diggity done.
If you're
All right.
if you're Caleb Plant, if I'm Caleb Plant, if anybody's Caleb Plant, and you let this fight get away from you, bro, you're an idiot.
Where else is he gonna make 10 million?
Where are you gonna? This is retirement money. Then depending on how you're performing, if you lose the fight, you can still get other fights, even if you lose the belt. You just fought Canelo. That raises your profile intensely,
In an undisputed match.
bro. In the undisputed, and you're letting this fight get away from you. Like, and he's talking about like he posted this long ass Instagram statement.
Did you
and
read the
so
whole
on
thing?
And so yes, I did, and it's so on and so forth. And he's complaining about rematch clauses. He goes, "Okay, we weren't supposed to agree to a rematch clause, but you want a rematch clause, take it." Thinking out loud,
Okay.
if you're a boxer and you beat Canelo, would you not want to take the rematch and make more money?
Translation, another payday?
Another payday?
Payday.
So what you're saying?
Payday.
It's
You
a
want
payday. I know
payday.
that.
So what you're saying is the reason you think in your perspective,
In your hopper brain.
hopper brain, donkey, not the donkey.
Wow.
Do you think that this fight was not made because of the rematch clause?
No. And,
Okay.
and this is all we can go by is what's being reported, right? We can speculate. I have my speculations as well as to probably why I was holding it up. But
Okay.
what's being reported as that why it's not happening is because Canelo wants a $40 million guaranteed payday either way, either if Caleb Plant gets hurt or not. And I think this is if you're Canelo, shit, why not? I mean, I'm fucking Canelo. You want me to let's go $40 million regardless because and I think Gringo could touch on this a little more than I can.
Right, because the previous fight versus Billy Joe Saunders, they had the issue with the ring, and it really, people forget that even though that was only a few months ago, that it really got close. They even brought in a backup, right?
John Ryder.
Right, and they were serious about maybe going that route. It was brought up at that point
What was going to happen?
that would greatly impact the purse of then,
Canelo Alvarez.
right. So at that moment, he was like, hey, I got to protect myself.
Gotta
I'm my
protect
own
myself.
investment for myself and my family.
And I personally, Gringo has a greater, let's just say, evaluation of the PBC. I myself,
I'm an
think,
apologist for them.
if they were to sign the
sorry?
fight, one fight deal, and Canelo doesn't have the insurance, whether Caleb Plant gets hurt or not, because he does have a history of injuries. He's protecting himself from the PBC putting a possible, hey, Caleb, you're hurt. Let's Canelo fight this guy, and then you fight him again. So he'd be essentially fighting for 2 fights, something that he did not want to do. And if you're Canelo, why would I do that? No, you pay me my $40 million regardless, either way.
So do you think that
Well-
was a way for go ahead, Manny, I'm sorry.
Go ahead,
No,
Manny.
what I was
What
gonna
do you
say
think?
is, listen, I'm gonna take my
Hater.
no, it's not a
Hater
hater.
alert.
What I want to speak, I want to
Come.
speak for some of the casuals, some of the people that may not know anything about boxing or maybe encouraged to watch boxing.
You're talking
they
to
go
me
watch
then,
boxing.
brother.
And then, the casuals, the people that they go out there and read some stuff and they're like so confused because they don't know and they probably believe whatever it says. But, here's a casual, and I'm going to believe on one of the best sports network in the world, which is ESPN. And here's a quick conversation that ESPN had with Caleb Plant, right? So, and just give me a few minutes while so they understand what I'm talking about. First of all, Canelo was offered the highest guarantee paid of his career. He was set to make $40 million plus Mexican TV rights And also, they bring in his Hennessy sponsorship.
I don't know what that has to do with anything.
No problem.
The Hennessy.
Let's fight. I know. I don't know. But anyway, I guess he wanted to bring in his sponsors. Hennessy's a big, okay. And then Caleb Plant says, no problem. And I'm a casual. I'm reading. Oh, no problem. One demand. We gave it to him. Then he wanted an upside of the gate and pay-per-view revenue, according to that interview, which I listened to.
Standard.
No problem. Let's rumble.
He should get it.
It was agreed that it was a title unification, no rematch each fighter. Towards the end of the negotiation, they asked for a rematch. When they lose, no problem. You can have the rematch. I just want to fight. I just want to fight. So when Plant was talking to ESPN, he was telling them he agreed of the 2 deals weeks with no arguments about the money or any stipulations. Besides the 1-on-1 rematch clause, I would go only into the effect if Alvarez lost, which Plant said he agreed to. There was also the matter of the ringside. Same thing happened with Billy Joe Sanders. He screamed, I want the ringside. And guess what? Plant agreed to it. Let's do it. No problem. But one of the things that got my attention, and I'm a casual, I'm reading, I'm believing the hype of what I'm listening to. And this is where I'm not bashing you. I'm not Manny. I'm a casual right now. All right? And this is absurd. If I get injured or sick, we were talking about that, then he gets a late replacement for the same amount of guaranteed money. But if I get sick or injured, then we got to wait for him.
Exactly.
Okay. So we're at the 7.5 weeks from the fight. We lost valuable time between that could spend promoting drug testing and drug testing. I don't know why he has to bring that into the equation, but I'm a casual. Drug testing. Are we talking about the tacos?
I mean, if you want to bring that up,
delicious.
Don't forget to bring up the subsequent hair follicle
test. I'm a casual. I'm believing the hype. I'm like, damn, Canelo.
A week after.
I hate Canelo. So I question the legacy.
There's a lot of information out there to disprove that.
I know
that's what a lot of the haters hold on to. That's like their one thing. But if you actually take your emotion out of it.
I'm taking it.
Look at it objectively.
I'm reading.
And thinking, maybe there is a problem in Mexico with Guero and the cattle. Maybe that's why NFL players have been suspended. Maybe that's why sub-17 Olympic Mexico soccer teams have been suspended. I mean, it's a whole nother topic for a whole nother podcast. Not tonight.
No, but
I'm not done. Hold on. So he's questioning the legacy or money that is the real motive. They've been waiting for him to get it done, get the deal done, waited for the wedding, shooting his TV show, going on the golf tournament and leaving things out of the loop.
Shadowboxing Steph Curry.
Right. And now they tried to give him everything he wants.
Steph did a lot better
and
this
more
time
to
around.
make fight. And I'm more willing to be able to fight Canelo at any given point, whatever it is, give it the dates. So those are the real facts. So is anyone saying something different? They have the paperwork to prove it. Listen, you could be right in your statement. You could be right in your statement. What I'm trying to see is I'm trying to understand and digest this like if I'm eating arroz habichuela, rice and beans. Very simple. Slice of pizza, cheese. Simple. How can you explain a casual when I'm reading all this stuff? How can you convince a casual of what you actually believe and what you think that's what really happened behind the scenes?
All right, so let me just chime in real quick because I'm the casual apologist, and this is me being unbiased as possible. If I would read that, I think a casual would, this is safe to say, right, would know who Canelo is and more than Caleb Plant.
They're like, who's saying this?
Right. So it's also, you got to think about who's the messenger.
Planto.
Yeah. Plant?
Hey, ¿quién es este güey?
Doesn't he have?
¿Es campeón?
Oh, he's got the hot wife.
He's a champion.
So
don't underestimate him because people are start saying he's fighting who? He's fighting who?
No, so
he's
I
fighting
mean,
Caleb Plant.
To your point, there are
Caleb
some people that obviously, I mean, because that's happened. You know, people are going to take it if their mindset is, you know, they're anti-Canelo. He's the devil. He's just trying to.
No matter what happens,
they're going to dislike him. But I think to what you're saying, a casual, just somebody that's kind of going there unbiased. I think they're going to be going in there like, but you're making your most money ever.
That's the key thing. And you know, we're dipping into people's boxers' purses, which is something I kind of hate to do. But I think an exception can be made when you're fighting Canelo or Anthony Joshua, when you're set to make the most money you have ever made in your life. Caleb Plant has, I think his highest career payday is $750,000.
Right.
He's getting paid $10 million.
Right.
Bro, I don't. What do you want me to do? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Here's my signature. Let's go. Pay me.
But as a
Dog.
casual, I'm looking
Bro,
at
this
someone
is
that
the
even I
prize fighting.
analyze.
Ultimately, it's just prize
Even
fighting,
not
bro.
as a casual, when the news broke out and I'm reading all this stuff, and it's like, okay, the money is good, but all these add-ons that kind of tick off a boxer in terms of like
what exactly
why are they so demands
as a
every time you need to fight a boxer and fight one of the best, actually the best current boxer right now in the sport, and there's always so many demands.
Okay, I see what
it's
you're doing.
actually painful to even entertain the fact who's going to fight next.
Let me ask you this. Did you have this same energy when Miguel Cotto demanded all of his stuff?
I didn't agree. I didn't agree to.
Okay.
I didn't agree.
That's fair.
You had the same
Honestly.
energy.
You had the same energy then.
Next
for
question.
Miguel Cotto.
I did not.
He
agree.
was
demanding way too much. Miguel Cotto is an awesome boxer, great guy. I mean, Hall of Famer.
So that's,
future.
But that's a great point.
Tino
man.
Trinidad signed it, and that's the problem he had because he never looked at what he signed. So that's different.
So you have to have
I like that.
You have to have balance then. So you're
Right.
saying that, don't just have a bunch of, amendments in there,
Right.
exceptions, but don't just be Tito Trinidad and just agree to whatever.
And here's the thing, though. I mean, all that really doesn't have anything to do with Caleb Plant in terms of the actual fight in the ring, catch weights, or is there anything like that? You're part of that. The whole negotiations is just be ready. Let the people behind you organize the fight, get the fight for you. If they can't get you the Canelo fight, they have failed you. If you let this slip away from you, you will regret this for the rest of your life, Caleb Plant.
And we have talked about someone that he regrets, and that was Riddick Bowe when he actually threw away that champion on the trash. He said to us he regret the time because he was getting less money.
That's Riddick Bowe.
Yeah, and then here, check this out. What did David Benavidez' dad tell us here on our show? What did David Benavidez'
fight
dad
Canelo
tell
with
us?
whatever.
It doesn't matter. It's freaking Canelo. We'll fight him for whatever. We'll fight him now. We'll fight him tomorrow. Give us the fight, Caleb. If you let this fight go away from you. Canelo, and here's the thing, though. I mean, we're dipping into the power structure of boxers into their. This is just boxing business. I mean, the more power you have in negotiations, the more control you have over. I mean, it's
right. So
quick question. Quick question for you, and any of you guys can answer this.
You hate the play, the game. Don't hate the play. Hate the game.
Is it more of Caleb Plant, or is it the people behind Caleb Plant, which we all know?
Well,
it's
Al Heyman, they don't want to give Canelo his $40 million, and Canelo wants to protect himself to get his $40 million.
Negotiation.
I mean, it's just, hey, if you're Caleb, hey, give him his freaking $40 million either way.
So it's not Caleb. It's
not Caleb.
It's way above his pay grade.
It's way above him. Caleb is just. It's way above his pay grade.
So he's reading a script when he's getting an interview like, I'm pushing myself. You can't do this. I got to follow my promotion.
No. I'm talking about in terms
ultimately,
of negotiations
the boxer is the one that make the decision at the end of the day.
Yes.
You have, I would say, if I'm the boxer, that's my business. I'm my product.
Look.
I'm the last saying it. You're my promoter. But if I want to fight this guy for $10 million, you're getting a freaking 20% or whatever he charges.
Look, here.
20%.
Let's ask this. Let's play this game, all right? Let's play a little game. LongLiveBoxing EnVivo game. Let's pretend I'm Caleb Plant.
Boo.
Where's Jordan? Hi.
Adriana's
Respect
Jordan.
to her.
Adriana's
beautiful
Jordan.
woman.
My wife is Jordan. Well, anyways.
Just got weird.
It just got very weird. I'm Caleb Plant. Here's what I'm saying. I'm calling Canelo. I'm trying to speak Spanish. Hey, way. I accept for whatever I accept. Give me my $10 million. I'll burn my bridges with the PBC. Oh well, Daniel Jacobs did it. How did it turn out for him? He got some fights he got the Canelo fight. He's getting paid in the zone. Hey, you know what, PBC, y'all been good to my career up to this point, but at this point, I'm gonna jump ship. I'm gonna take this $10 million. I'm gonna fight Canelo. If I perform well, I will still get fights. I'll go sign with Top Rank. I'll go sign with the Zone. Golden Boy.
So you're convinced?
I'll be available.
So
this is Caleb Plant's. This is the crossroads in your career. Do you want to fight Canelo and take this $10 million, or do you want to continue being a lackey for the PBC? They're gonna tell you what to do. They're gonna continue to fight these Caleb Truexes. And then you could still fight David Benavidez, Jermall Charlo. There are people in that stable that you could fight. But if you take this Canelo fight without them, then you probably burn your bridge. But there's other people you could still make some good money.
Well, you can still fight Canelo.
You're not gonna get $10 million fighting anybody else.
You can still get Canelo. And by the way, rumors are that he will be fighting David Benavidez, but you can still fight Canelo, lose.
Who's fighting? Who's fighting?
Caleb
What? Where did you hear that?
Caleb Plant.
Caleb that's fighting David Benavidez.
But anyway,
whoa!
That's just rumors.
I didn't hear that.
Rumors.
That's a rumor.
Rumors. That's rumors.
Okay,
Rumors.
rumor.
That if this fight, it's not going
Did
to happen.
you say that, Spider? Is that your rumor?
Rumors.
Yes, he's shaking his head. All right.
So if you take the fight to Canelo and you lose, you go to David Benavidez next.
Still money.
You're still going to make a lot of money.
Or Jermall Charlo.
Now I got my Manny a little bit more than a fanatic mentality, and I totally agree. I got to see both sides. I see a lot of demands on Canelo. I see Caleb Plant being manipulated by a little puppet, say this, say that. And ultimately, the boxer needs to have that last-minute decision. That's an idiotic, or however you say it, idiot. It's so idiot for not taking this fight and losing a lot of money and having Canelo in the resume.
If you get offered the Canelo fight, you got it.
On the other hand, yes, and I see why he's getting more hate, is sigo siendo el rey.
That's
see what
why
I'm saying?
He's on top of
so
boxing.
he's on top of the world. He doesn't need to take it that BS. People are going to still hate him. People are going to still hate him.
We were at the fight here in Dallas.
Man,
there were 75,000
people,
but like almost 70,000 that paid or something like that. I don't quote me, but there was a lot of us there.
A lot of people.
How was the atmosphere? Electric,
completely.
As 105.3 the fans. RJ Choppy said, Canelo has his loyal fan base, and they're so loyal they will come out. Yes, we will. And it was loud, it was crazy, it was hectic. Canelo, this has to be one of Canelo's favorite spots now. After that,
well, on the other hand, I'm sorry, Gringo, you want to go?
No, I was going to say just really quick. So, what you were saying is because to a casual and also to people that already have a disdain or dislike Canelo, hearing that he has exceptions, things that he wants to be done, because even though he's protecting himself and it makes sense as a businessman, outside looking in, if you already have your biases or you're unsure, you could take that as, wow, this guy's being high maintenance.
Wow, this guy's being a diva.
Yeah. This guy's
and here's
being
the thing, though. And I go back to this. Who was the one that brought the A side, B side? Floyd Mayweather.
Mm-hmm.
But the A side, B side in boxing, I hate talking about this garbage.
The money.
It's been there before.
The money is where it started going.
Hold on, Manny.
Whoever gets to make the money.
This is where the game has been set before Canelo got there, and it'll be set long after he's gone. This is just the way boxing business is. If you bring butts to seats, if you bring butts to your television set, you got control over the negotiations. That's just the way it is in boxing.
Well, on the other hand, and we've seen that Canelo's been criticized for so many years, right? And once the De La Hoya, kind of drama went away, we finally started seeing Canelo fighting much better, champions, opponents, and things of that.
I mean,
and honestly, I think if one door closes out, I think what's about to be open soon, I think people are going to be shocked and be a lot better. Not because Canelo wants to prove otherwise to the haters, but I think, and I know a lot of people are starting to throw their fishing pole. Hey, you got the 175s up there, rumors or spreading some kind of action out there in the social media, Bertavide, and let's fight down and, go back down in GGG, which is probably
there's no way. Anybody that says that.
There's all kinds of stuff that
but his name
could happen, but I believe if this fight didn't happen, I think there's going to be something huge that people are going to say, wow, you know what? Because Caleb Plant, honestly, great champion, undefeated. I don't think he has anything at all to even Billy Joe. And I said to you guys before, Billy Joe Sanders is a better boxer in my eyes than Caleb Plant.
And
you guys disagree that time or like, whoa at me. But and look what happened to Billy Joe. What makes you think that that's not going to happen to?
He did, yeah.
Yeah. No, but and see, here's the thing though, and this is watch. Look how casually you just shrugged off Caleb Plant to fighting Canelo. And Canelo is just that good. I mean, he's just that good that you're like, oh, he's not gonna mess with. That's just, and we take it for granted sometimes. I think that's what my point is. How good somebody is, how good a guy is when they're on top of their sport. Because make no doubt about it, you can hate them all you want.
The problem is, it's going to create.
Do you
more
see
hate.
anybody?
It's going to create more hate.
Do you see anybody in the 160-pound division, 168-pound division beating Canelo?
No.
Do you think Jermall Charlo has any chance against Canelo? Huh?
I know a lot of people
realistically, as much as David Benavidez gets hits, do you think he's gonna? No. Like, I mean, this is what happens, and it's just if you're on top of the game, if you're on top of your sport, and you're not catching hate, you're doing something wrong.
I would probably love to see if Castañedo moves up to 160 and probably catch weight with Canelo. That'd be a much better fight for me to watch, to be honest.
Yeah, and it's just, I mean, Canelo has to do crazy things like try to fight these 175-pounders, and
but here's
even then, like people say, oh, well, you're catch weighting Dimitri Bivol. No. The business of boxing is you better be careful what you say, Spider, because a lot of the times what you say in previous interviews will come back and bite you in the butt.
Go down to 168 and
Dimitri Bivol.
Canelo if possible, or Benavidez, or those type of guys.
It doesn't matter. First of all, I want to fight for the belt. Right. If Canelo had the belt, I would like to fight him.
Well, there you have it, Dimitri Bivol. Congratulations.
And that's the thing, Spider. And that's the thing. Like, they asked him, "Would you go down to 168?" He said, "Yeah, of course." Okay, this was that video was taken back in. Let me make sure I have the date right. April 15th of 2020. And see,
not that long ago.
No, and see, and now they're bringing it up in negotiations with Bivol and Canelo. They're like, "Hey, remember when you said this?" And this all goes back to the game and how it's set up. Floyd did this to Canelo. Canelo made an interview where he said he would fight him at a catch weight. Floyd and his team said, hey, remember when you said this? We're going to fight you at 152 pounds. Canelo was forced to take it.
So real quick on that, because you brought up something that I've felt for years, actually, and you see it more come to fruition. Eddie Reynoso is the mastermind in helping him get to where he's at as far as a boxer in the ring. Is Canelo following the Mayweather green print, as he calls it?
He's filing, yes. I mean, you can't say anything otherwise. Canelo is following. But you know what? Mayweather is following the Oscar de la Hoya blueprint. Oscar de la Hoya is following the Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. blueprint. Julio Cesar, it just keeps going and going and going. Once these boxers started realizing, and everything kind of changed in the 90s with Tyson and how much influence you have on it, how much decisions you can actually have in negotiations.
At the end of the day, it's
how
all
much
about
power you can have in negotiations. Everybody said, you know what? Why not? If you can, and that's just the way of the business, man. And
it's all about the money.
We're talking about stuff outside of the ring and not actual attributes in the ring, but that's just the nature of boxing. No other sport has it like boxing. In the NFL, you can't pick your opponent for the Super Bowl. In the NBA, you can't do the same thing. It's just only boxing. You know, you can sometimes pick your champion.
The thing about it is
pick your mandatory.
Talk about the duck saucing and ducking people and having too many demands. That's going to continue to happen.
I mean, he can't fight everybody.
The conversation about picking fighters, that's going to continue to happen.
He can't fight. Why aren't they fighting each other?
And that's one thing that.
Why aren't these guys building their profiles up? I say it all the time. It's just Canelo gets held to a higher standard than the rest of the boxing community.
Just taking Canelo out of it, I mean, just going straight PBC. Why Benavidez versus Plant?
Hasn't been made.
Hasn't been made, makes no sense.
Why Charlo hasn't, against either of those two, hasn't been made.
Well, I mean, because
he's
you can't save all three of them, right?
Right? You can't. Who you're saving all three of them for?
Unless that's the game plan.
Want to make money.
They want to have a multi-fight deal, which they see is obviously not going to come to fruition. So obviously, we've been putting our wheeling and dealing hats on. I mean, this is a boxing podcast. Hopper, if just to edit things out as far as talking in terms of boxing, which fight, if out of those fights that are with possibility, right? It seems like some things are kind of thrown out there. Which fight do you want?
Caleb Plant.
So you still want it?
I want Canelo. Here's the thing. I want him to unify. I want him to unify the
undisputed
division. Yes, undisputed, become the first Mexicano to do that. But also because hopefully he fights on September 18th. because
You still have hope for that? I don't.
it's
I'm
like
not being a hater either.
5%. I'm like 5% that it'll happen. But I hope it does because by the time Canelo would win undisputed, it would be my wife's birthday.
I love you.
So do you think
I love
that
you, baby.
the fight against Caleb Plant can definitely be revisited?
I think it could still happen.
So that's a want, not okay.
Maybe
now,
a later
I
date?
think it could still happen.
now which fight?
There- so what?
Bypass?
The
Can it
Caleb Plant
bypass
fight.
September 18?
No, because they're so far advanced in negotiations, and Canelo doesn't need no damn promotion. Hey, you tell the raza, hey, Canelo's fighting. Oh, all right, when? Okay, 5 weeks, 4 weeks. Okay.
He's fighting right now.
Oh, he's fighting tomorrow? Shit. Hey, ¿dónde vas a mirar la pelea? Where are you watching the fight at? Hey, watch party in my house. It's as simple as that. Canelo doesn't need no damn promotion.
That was actually some good promotion right there. So that's the fight that you want, and you
the
think that's the
promo
one
from
because of the
Yep.
development in the stage. I'll go ahead and put my prediction on that fight. Is that I don't think that fight's gonna happen.
Oh, you jerk.
I'm an ass.
I hate
So-
you.
And I'm pro PBC, but I think that so much damage
Too much
has
ego.
been done.
Too much ego.
Yeah,
Too much
I think
ego.
they're in a bad place right now, and I actually think the Bivol fight is going to happen. I think the Bivol fight is going to happen.
That was my question
at
to you. What do you think is
168.
really? What do you think realistically? What do you think it may happen? That continue to build to Canelo's legacy.
Bivol 168, September 8th.
Well, 168 would be 170
How awesome
though.
would that
It's a
be?
catch weight, isn't it? So 170.
Oh,
It's a catch weight.
Catch weight.
What are we? It'll be 160. It can't be 168. What will be 170?
Bivol said he would
72?
drop down to 168.
That's
I
why we
just
played
played
the
the
clip.
interview. That's why I played that clip. You weren't
168.
listening, were you, Manny?
No, I was listening.
How many
and I
guns did you
listened to that. Nah.
trust me,
no.
Bivol. What Caleb Plant didn't do, Bivol,
Bivol
will do.
You want me to drop down to 168 to get what? How much? How many millions?
And wear one shoe
I'm there.
5.
and an eye
shoe?
patch
Eye patch.
Caleb Plant.
and not eat for a
I
week.
can only train for
Done.
I wish I
Only
know
2
all
days?
the ifs and buts and all the
Bro,
nuances.
you're
behind the
paying me $10
contract,
million?
but Man,
Bro.
I'm there. I mean,
pretty much do almost
and it'd be-
anything.
just give me
Almost,
$5 million
You
and
can have
tell
the
me.
last 2
and
hours
even
of my
then,
life.
I just might say, you know what? Fuck
Just
it,
give me
$10
$5 million, and then you give me
Let's
$5
go.
million bonus if I actually last one round. I'll make sure I'm gonna last one round.
Bro,
You'll be entertaining.
I would do almost. Don't ask me what I would do for $10 million.
We don't want to know.
Damn.
And definitely not the podcast going on right now. This is a family show
This is a family show.
for families.
Family.
Spider, what would you do for
shut
$10 million?
up.
Spider?
Spider.
What would Spider do for $10
All
million?
of it.
All of
Whoa!
it. $10 million.
And Vivo.
I know Sean would do something for the Klondike bar.
What the hell does that even mean?
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
That's what we do,
for-
baby.
okay, all right.
And Vivo,
Ah.
long live boxing.
Siempre.
Hope you guys enjoyed this. Fuera.
Adios.
Hey, Boca.